Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Looking for an entertaining battle in the Sun Belt today? Pregame just about set. Kickoff is coming. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming right at you. Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I are back at halftime.
Romero is lined up to kick this one off, and you can feel the thunder in the crowd as they await the start of this game. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it.
Man left, man left. Four down, 34, eyes up 34. Mike 55.
Makes the catch, and the defense is all over him. They bring him down for a loss. Loss of a yard.
Really, they just had nowhere to go after the catch.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. And he can't get away from the pressure.
Loss of 6 on the play. 3rd down.
Third and long now after the sack. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. He wants it all, going long. He goes up and gets it. And they push him out at the 48.
Let's give some credit to the big boys up front. They held off the blitz just long enough for the quarterback to make the connection and pick up some good yards.
Tackle made at the 40. He kept it himself and picked up a good-looking first down.
Great execution and a good decision there by the quarterback.
They come out in an empty backfield. He gets to about the 31-yard line.
That's a gain of 9 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat. Check.
And he's taken down around the 33-yard line.
Loss of 2 yards on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. And he's tackled around the 25-yard line.
Good job here by the receiver to look the ball in and ensure he had possession. That's the right way to catch a pass.
They'll bring him down right around the 26-yard line.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Tackle after a decent run up the gut.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
He's under pressure. Strike to his receiver, no good.
That's a real danger. If he leaves too many passes short like that, sooner or later they're going to end up in the wrong set of hands.
4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field. They'll try for 3 points. Trying to take the lead by a field goal. He gets it up, and it splits the uprights. Caldwell has the ball set, and he looks ready to kick this one deep. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 20. At the 30. And down he goes at the 34.
Moss has proved in the past, Kirk, that when he's at home, he's so much more comfortable. The whole routine all week long, and it makes him play better on Saturday.
It does. I think there's a difference between him on the road and him playing at home. And I don't know if it's just that home-cooked meal or just being around the familiar atmosphere here at this stadium, but he does seem to play at a different level, and it's going to be a challenge to this defense to be able to stop him this week.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Got it, and brought down immediately. We've got a flag down on the field. Might have been offside.
Offside. Defense.
And the defense gives up some
Still
free
second
yards
down.
to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
It's 2nd down now, and they're just a few feet away from that 1st down marker. Good tackle there in space. He gets out to about the 48-yard line. Johnston gets around 3 on the halfback draw.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go.
45-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Gets it to his tight end for a 1st down. Tackle at the 34-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
He's taken down at about the 33-yard line.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Complete, brought down, nothing doing. That play was going nowhere.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to the defense here, recognizing pass and swarming to the receiver.
Here's the 8th play of the series.
49 the mic. Watch 49. Watch the run. Watch the run. Set. Green in here.
Gets it out in a hurry. And it's the senior. And he will score. And he sets a team record for career receptions.
And you know the fans really appreciate the effort he's given them over his time here. They're smart, and they admire the drive of guys like this.
And he hits the PAT. So that's an 8-play, 67-yard drive. And the result, 7 points.
An amazing drive for this offense. Outstanding execution. If you're the defense, you've got to do something to try to change things up to get this quarterback out of sync.
So our score, 7-3. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. 5 wide. He's tackled at the 27. The running back gets 2 on the carry.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. Hands off left, and he's brought down quickly. They bring him down.
Absolutely perfect call by the defensive coordinator. He brought just the right amount of pressure from the right direction, and it seemed to confuse the offense.
So no luck on that drive as they go 3 and out. The sack makes this a 4th and very long. McDonald to punt. He's tackled at the 48-yard line. And as the defense comes back out, you can be sure they're thinking about that score they surrendered the last time around.
This offensive coordinator's got to be feeling so good about the execution that he's seeing from his quarterback and his wide receiver. Because, again, they put so much time into trying to put a plan together, and to be able to see that actually come into play makes you feel pretty good as a play caller.
From the 49-yard line, it's second down. And they've got the dime package in there to try and deal with this 5-receiver look. Finds his man, and they take him down immediately.
That's a gain of 5 on the third down.
He gets rid of this one.
Nothing clicking there. Let's see if they can make a few adjustments before their next series.
Walton is the punter. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Well, Kirk, they say if you don't let the other team score, you're going to win. You can't lose. That's what's going on so far.
Well, this defense is bending a bit, but they're not breaking. They're off to a great start, keeping their offense and this team in a position to be able to win this game. Let's see if they can maintain it.
And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. He's going to try and scramble. Throws into coverage, just picked off at the 30. Brought down at the 22-yard line.
He seemed a little hesitant on that throw, and that left the defender time to break on the ball and pick it off.
From the 22-yard line, it's first down. That's a backward pass. It's picked up by the offense.
Watch the twist. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Green 90.
And he throws it away. That was incomplete, and it looked exactly like their last pass.
It was exact same play, and I think the offensive coordinator just tried to pull a fast one.
From the 28-yard line, third down.
57 for Mike. Watch 57. You get blocked.
Going for it all to the end zone. And they intercept it. The junior safety.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull together. Mike, 55. Right there, you know, 55.
That brings up second and 5.
And he's sacked.
This quarterback has to do a better job of avoiding the rush, because sacks can be real drive killers.
So that sack leaves them a little ways to go here. It's third down and 13.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
After one, this game's still pretty close. 7-3. We can only hope the second quarter is as good as the first. Tight ball game, folks. That's going to bring up fourth down.
The offense really had nowhere to go on that one. The play was very well defended, and now the incompletion will force the fourth down and a punt.
And watch out, they're going to bring the heat right here. They'll bring him down at the 44-yard line. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just one or two plays. And down he goes, right around the 34. Nice run, and he's brought down. out of bounds at the 25.
Gain of 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
Down. 49 to Mike. 149.
And they make the stop at the 17.
Gain of 8 yards. First down.
3 down. Watch 20. Check 20. 49 to Mike. 149.
They'll drop him for a loss.
Nothing doing that time. Defender stayed home. The blocking wasn't there, and down he went.
2nd and 13. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Hey, we got tight right. Check 82. Watch 82.
And they get nice yardage on that run.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Here we go. Green 95. Green 95.
Motion.
Quick throw, incomplete, wanted his receiver. And that one probably should have been picked off.
Yeah, are you kidding me? There's a blanket around that receiver. Somebody else had to be open.
4th down. They'll line it up for the field goal. The kick is up, and it sails through the uprights. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 20. He lost the ball. He picks it up. He finally goes down at the 17.
Moss's reputation really precedes him when you talk about how he can lead a team, but when you see him in person, you really feel it, Kirk.
It's a completely different feel when you watch him in person, and it has a lot to do with the intangibles that he brings to the table. I mean, there's examples here in his first half where he's been able to help his team, not just being able to throw the football and make good decisions, but just helping guys get back into the huddle, kind of patting guys on the back, trying to get this offense to believe in themselves, and almost just willing this team to a victory. And so far, he's done all those things.
2nd down, 10 to go. Ball on the 17-yard line. Tackled after a decent pickup.
Gain of 4 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 5. Gain of 7 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
He's under pressure. That's a great tackle at the 2.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That brings up 2nd and goal.
Check 82. Watch 82.
Quick throw out to the receiver, incomplete.
The intended receiver on the play. That makes it 3rd and
It's
goal.
3rd and goal from the 1, and they're trying to make this a 2-possession ball game. And he gets the touchdown. And the halfback took it in for the score.
Yep, he punched that in from a short distance. He had great blocking up front on that play.
So they spread it out with 4 wide receivers. The deception works. They keep it on the ground for the score. He makes the PAT. So that's a 6-play, 18-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
So the score now, 17-3. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the offense. No doubt looking to take better care of the ball on this drive.
If they can play sound football from here out and make a few plays, there's no reason they can't get back into this.
He's wrapped up for the sack.
The defenders played the snap count perfectly. They found the path into the backfield and didn't let the quarterback get away.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Eat.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Call it a gain of 5 yards. That brings up 3rd and 12.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Going deep, lays it out there. The defender had his hands on it, but it's incomplete.
Matthews, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 4th and 12.
Tackle at the 47-yard line. Kirk, I tell you, these guys might have started off slow, but they have got it in high gear right now.
Yeah, it was ugly early, but they made the right adjustments to be able to give themselves a chance to put up some points. I've been impressed with how they've tried to run the football and throw at the same time, making this defense be on their heels a lot more. You know, you can almost feel the offensive line's confidence growing with each snap. They have really controlled things up front, which is going to open up the rest of the playbook for the offensive coordinator.
Coleman makes the tackle at the 34-yard line. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Fires to his receiver, 1st down. And he's taken down around the 32-yard line.
32-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
He might not be able to get the pass off. He gets sacked on the play.
That's a loss of 7 yards. That'll make it 2nd and long.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Larry. Watch 20.
He fires this one. They'll bring him down at the 11.
Well, I tell you, these guys have some skilled players who can make things happen. They picked up an enormous amount of real estate on that play.
Fumble! And the ball bounces out of bounds. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 11-yard line. And he just gets rid of it. And he's tackled at the 7-yard line. Gonzalez picks up about 4 yards with the catch.
That'll make it.
It's 4th down. They're going to go for the easy 3 here. Kicks away, and it's through the uprights. Romero gets set to kick this one away. He sends this one deep. Brought down at the 18-yard line. Things are on the verge of getting out of hand before we even hit the half. These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being. They come out in an empty backfield. Tackle made at the 20-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards.
Man left.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Just throws this one away. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 20. Throws to the receiver, incomplete.
Number 87 was the intended receiver on the play. 4th down.
McDonald is waiting for the snap. He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. He makes it out to maybe the 46-yard line. Big first-half lead here, Herbie.
Well, they've done a nice job here in the first half, and they've been able to build up a big lead. But remember, it's a 4-quarter game. Make the adjustments at halftime. Continue to try to fight this defense to get more points. It's
still only the second quarter. We've got a lot of football left, but I got to say, this one is teetering on the brink of a blowout.
This passing game can be very effective if you don't get enough pressure on the quarterback. They use their personnel well and can be very tough to defend.
And they've got all their DBs in there to match up against the 5-wide set. And he throws it away. From the 43-yard line, it's second down.
Here we go. Green 19.
Throws it in a hurry. Tackled at about the 29-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
He's at the 20, and he's got him again. He's tackled right around the 20. He's got 100 yards in the game now.
You know, if you were to ask this defense, who wants to cover this guy, I bet you nobody's going to raise their hand because this receiver is embarrassing them.
And there's still a lot of ball game to play, fellas. And he's level at the 23.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
So it's 3rd down now, and they're going to need about 4.
Double tight. Three down.
Set. Ready, check. Snake on.
Quick throw to the tight end, and he is drilled at the 21-yard line.
On the tackle at the 21-yard line. That'll make it 4th and 2.
Kicks up, and they tack on 3 points. Looks like they're ready for the kick. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Things are on the verge of getting out of hand before we even hit the half. These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being. Catches it, and that's all. The offense calls a timeout. They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
That'll make it 2nd.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Got a man, watch out here. He's knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So the pass is complete for an 8-yard gain and a 1st down.
It's the protection up front that allowed this play to happen. The line controlled the rush, and it gave the quarterback an opportunity to deliver a very nice throw.
And the quarterback didn't waste any time getting rid of that one. He took the snap, and he threw it right out there. He's taken down right around the 42-yard line. The offense calls a timeout, and they'll have 1 timeout left.
We'll make it 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 42-yard line. He airs it out. And he's immediately tackled.
Excellent execution on one side of the ball that time. And it looks to me like the defense was in a little state of confusion. Let's see if they can pull themselves together.
And he hits him hard at the 33-yard line.
That is a loss of 7 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 1.
No surprises here as we come to the end of the first half. 23-3. Welcome back, everybody. Second half action about to begin. Gonzalez fields at the goal line. At the 30. And down he goes at the 44.
Boy, this offense has been consistent throughout this entire football game. The quarterback's doing a good job of leading this team. How about the offensive line, the job that they've done? Just a great team effort to allow this offense to have a spectacular performance.
They're set to go for another round.
Tight right, tight right.
Three down.
49,
Red 2.
Caught in a big hit. He stopped in his tracks.
Christian with the touchdown at the 50-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brought down at the 47.
Call it a loss of 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
3rd down now, and they need to get it inside the 46.
Three down.
49's the fight. Watch 49.
Ready.
Green 19. Green 19.
Nice catch. 1st down. He's knocked out.
That makes it 1st and 10.
Three down.
49's the fight. Watch 49.
Gets out to around the 18.
That's good for a gain of 11 yards. 1st down.
Three down.
49's the fight. Watch 49.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up here. Ball on the 13-yard line.
Ready. Green 19.
Quick strike, and he drops it.
Cooper was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make
Kirk,
it
we
3rd
saw
and
this
5.
guy head to the locker room a little bit earlier. Good to see him back on the sideline, and it looks like he could be returning to the game.
Watch 49. Set. Green hot.
And down he goes, right around the 2-yard line.
That's a gain of 11 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
49's the fight. Watch 49.
Finds a man. Touchdown. And they hook up on the short pass play for the touchdown.
Nice call down here this close to the goal line. The defense is thinking run, and they pass instead.
And he converts the extra point. An 8-play, 57-yard drive. And they come away with a touchdown. Romero is lined up to kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Moss's game so far, what we expected. He's a star. He's playing like one. We're in the 3rd quarter. And he's done everything we expected and then some, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's just one of those guys that has the ability to take a game over. And, you know, we've seen it all year with him. It's not shocking to see what he's been able to do today, but it is fun to watch. I mean, he makes great decisions. He always seems to be able to be in command of this offense. And up to this point, this defense has not been able to do anything to slow him down.
Defense looking for another sack in this 2nd down and long situation.
Mike 55.
He's going left. Makes the grab and steps out right away.
Makes the grab. Call it a gain of 18 yards. 1st down.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Motion.
Throws. And they make the stop at the 38-yard line.
Here's a great example of what this man is capable of. As receivers go, he's as electric as they come.
Makes the 1st down catch. And he's tackled right away.
Gain of 12 on the play. 1st down.
Take motion.
The pass falls incomplete. Anderson, the intended receiver on the play. That makes
From
it
the
second and
26-yard
10.
line. Second down.
You know, at that point, I think, Brad, the quarterback's just better off just taking a sack. You have to be very careful as you're feeling pressure to throw the ball just to throw the ball. If you feel like you're not going to be able to make a play and the defense got you, just give up on that play and get ready for the next down.
Easy. Kill.
Throws into coverage, just picked off.
Well, it's just one of those days for this offense. Already getting blown out, now another interception. Can you imagine that walk over to the sideline for these guys?
From their own 20-yard line. It's first down.
Three down. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Steps up into the pocket, and they've got it.
That is a loss of 5 on the play. That'll bring up second and 15.
Larry. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Watch the pass.
Here we go.
And he's hit immediately.
You can tell he's got a lot of faith in his wide receivers. Even when he's a little bit off target, they can pull it in and make something happen.
They're about 4 yards away here on third down.
Three down. Hey, check Mike 57.
Ready.
Gets out to around the 38. They go with the option and pick up the first down.
Yeah, and that was a situation where the quarterback knew he could pick up the first down if he kept it himself. That's a good decision.
Three down. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Ready.
That's a great tackle at the 37.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up second and 11.
From their own 37-yard line. Second down.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Ready. Green 19. Green
Watch the
19.
slant, watch the
Check.
slant.
Motion.
Thunder.
And he's taken down around the 43-yard line. Wheeler picks up 6 yards with that grab.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Tight end left. Check 82. Watch 82. Ball coming
Set.
82.
Red 68. Red 68.
me out.
Caught, open field. Good tackle there in space.
He is such a reliable target. You throw it anywhere near him, and this guy's going to get his hands on it and make a catch.
From the 46-yard line. First down.
Set. Green 19.
Dangerous throw. This one's picked off. They'll bring him down around the 33-yard line.
At this point, we're talking moral victories for this defense. It's been a long day, but at least they didn't quit, and they came up with an interception here.
From the 33-yard line. First down. They bring him down in the backfield.
The defense just met the blockers head on and drove them back straight into the runner.
That makes it second and 14.
Five guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun.
With the reception, that's a gain of 7 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. pressure coming, and the ball is loose. It's picked up, and he tackles him hard at the 39. That's a big break for this defense.
You know, this offense just can't afford to be getting hit with the turnover bug. They need to hold on to the football.
Their last drive ended with an interception. We're about to find out what the defense can do this time.
One general rule in any game is to hold on to the ball. If you're in the negative in the turnover department, your chances of winning decrease exponentially. There was just no way anybody could catch up with that pass.
From their own 39-yard line. Second down. And he's tackled around the 39-yard line. The running back gets a yard, maybe less.
That makes it 3rd and 11.
Going long. He's hit and taken down. And for Dunlap, that's another catch, and that puts him at 100 yards for the game.
You know, Brad, this guy continues to make plays. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I would put a corner on him down low underneath, and I'd put a safety over top of him. Put 2 defenders on him to try to slow him down, because right now, one-on-one coverage, he is destroying.
Throws complete. He's got space to work. Tackle made around the 13-yard line.
He takes the tackle at the 13-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and inches.
So it's second down, and they're only about a foot away from picking up the first down.
3 down. 57's the mic. Mark 57.
Tackle around the 8-yard line. So the pass was complete for a gain of 5 on the play, and that's good enough for a first down.
And I like the decision the quarterback made on this play. He didn't try to force a deep pass. Instead, he just threw a little dump-off pass that was good enough for a first down.
Touchdown.
Outstanding run and great execution by the entire offensive unit, especially the blocking up front.
And he adds the extra point. Let's go to the studio for this Reese Davis update.
The Tigers came into the game ranked 16th and hoping to make a huge jump in the rankings. Now the question is, how far will they fall? And for South Carolina, they're now bowl eligible after today's win. McCullough's mastery of the passing game had to please his coaching staff as he busted the 200-yard mark. South Carolina wins it 34-31.
And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. You know, this defense played so well in the first half. I was very impressed, I know that, and I couldn't be more impressed with how they carried it over to the third quarter.
Well, the most impressive thing is the way they've been able to maintain that into this second half. They played lights out in the first half, but they just seem to be getting better as this game goes on.
I hope they show some fight here and try to stay competitive. If you're going to get blown out, you at least want to go down swinging. And a corner on the interception. He's tackled around the 34-yard line. One quarter to go, and we may be looking at some mop-up duty. 37-3. Just about set to start the fourth quarter, mercifully.
3 down. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
He's pushed out of bounds around the 25-yard line. It's second down, and they're about the length of the football from the first down marker. And he's level at the 31-yard line.
Loss of 6 yards on the play. 3rd down.
Check, tight right. Pull it out there, check the outs out there.
3 down.
Ready. Check. Regular.
Goes right, picked off. Gets past the tackler.
Reese with the interception.
You know, you might look at this and wonder if this is just a meaningless interception, but if you're the offensive coordinator and especially the quarterback, I don't care how big the lead is, you never want to throw the football to your opponent. That's a mistake by the quarterback, and he'll hear about it from his quarterback coach and his offensive coordinator.
Complete, brought down, nothing doing.
Bridge makes the tackle at the 40-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Quick strike to the receiver. Anderson picks up 7 yards with that catch.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Caught with room to work. And they push him out at the 46.
Gain of 7 on the play. First down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
He's taken down at the 36-yard line.
Gain of 10 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Here's the throw, and I don't think he got anything on that.
Number 45 brings him down at the 33-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
Got it. Complete, and he's out of bounds. Superb effort by the receiver to come down with that ball.
This comes down to the timing between the quarterback and the receiver, and the result, again, a nice play for the offense.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. Out of bounds around the 19-yard line.
Gain of 5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Defense, keep it up, guys. Mike 55, Mike 55.
He's out of bounds at the 16.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
And he's shoved out of bounds at about the 11.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. First down.
All day, dog.
Got it. And he goes down quickly.
Number 22 on the tackle at the 4-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Mike 55. Eat.
I'm pretty sure they won't win it, but they haven't quit yet.
Things can get pretty fierce in this territory, but they look totally in control there.
He makes the PAT. An 11-play, 61-yard drive. And the result, 7 points.
Brad, how about the guys up front? The offensive line giving the quarterback plenty of time to be able to read the defense and make the right throw.
Penalty flag thrown on the play.
Illegal touching. Offense. Still first down.
And the offense will take the field, and they're certainly hoping to do better than they did on their last drive, which ended with a turnover.
The first rule on offense is to take care of the football. These guys need to remember that on this drive.
Brought down at about the 35.
On the line. That is a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
From their own 35-yard line, it's 2nd down.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
Ready. 180. Wide.
Motion, motion.
80.
Fires quickly, and he's got his man. And down he goes around the 42-yard line.
Pretty nice pickup here. These guys are getting very tight on their timing.
Ready. 180. Wide. 180. Attack. Attack.
And he is drilled at the 38.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From the 38-yard line, it's 1st down. A little more than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
180. Wide.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
Brings him down. That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Double tight. Double tight. 3 down.
Ready. 180. Wide.
Johnston gets another carry. He's at the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown saving tackle, but it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
That makes it 1st and goal.
First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line.
Ready. 180. Wide. 80. Attack.
Loose football. It's scooped up, and it's a lineman that's got it. And they hit him in the backfield.
Offense.
Good hit, man.
Second down, goal to go. 8 yards out.
3 down. 3 down. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Ready. 180. Wide.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Good for a gain of 6 yards. That makes it 3rd and goal.
That's going to do it for this one. Our final score, the Shepherds 37 to Silver